Hello everyone, Darren here, and welcome back to Anno 1800. The Road to Rome series continues. Now, in the last episode, we've been largely focusing on expansion, trying to just expand the amount of engineers we have, the amount of artisans, and then try to keep up with the amount of workers and everything we'd need so that the economy doesn't fall out from the bottom. So it's been a bit of a reckless expansion for me, but I feel like I've been playing so slow, it's just good to throw down the houses and then figure things out after the fact, rather than going in and out of the production screen all the time, just every time we put down a few houses, trying to keep things even keel. So it should be a bit more chaotic, but a bit more fun, and we should see more progress a little bit quicker. Now, in between episodes, it's been a while since I've recorded, so I've been trying to get my bearings on things, and one thing I wanted to sort out was just the docklands that we have at the moment. The numbers are just a little bit off, so for liqueur, we're going to bring in, or sell, I should say, or exchange, 24 to give us a bit more timber. I noticed that we're short on timber, and that we could be doing more in terms of selling salt and liqueur, so that should bring us to almost the number of timber we need. Should be fine, don't worry about it, I'll explain it in a moment. Why I'm leaving it a little short. 50 coffee and 12 bulbs. There we go. So we only need 275 fish, because we actually produce quite a lot here already. So what we can also do then is hop in here and just say limit that to 275 and stop selling it. Good. Now that's because we were also, every time I was bringing it in through docklands, we were just exchanging it and selling it straight away. Speaking of selling things, we're making an oil tanker to sell for 150,000, which is fine. I suppose it's a bit wasteful of our motors. Like, it's good money and everything, but we could be making more cargo ships and getting our trade up and running a bit quicker. So I'd like to do that. Now, just really quickly, we're also going to just temporarily pull off the timber from Narbo Martius and bring it down to... don't worry about that. And bring it down to Brundisium. So this is going to be our focus, I think, for today. Going to be trying to build a lot more here and scale up a little bit more. So we need to get some timber production going, because I've just been buying it from Archibald for the most part. So just going to get a little bit going here on the island. A couple of those, one of these, and some roads. Alright, good. So hopefully we'll see some progress there. So one of the main focuses that I was looking at, what are we going to do today, is that we're not making any cheese. And cheese is, of course, what we're using instead of sausages, so we actually need quite a lot. And we're making sausages now as well, because we're now making sandwiches, so we actually kind of need both. It's a bit awkward. So I was actually looking, in between episodes again, at the advanced cheese production chain. We've got one of the buildings, and I was really having a good look at this, and I actually tested it out. I threw down the industrial dairy farm, right? So it's really compact, and it has all these extra modules, and then it says basically that, it produces milk every 3 minutes, so quite a long time, but all the pastures also provide milk. Each pasture is on a 4-minute timer, and then you can improve it with tractors. Also just tested that out, and long story short, the numbers just seem really weak. Not sure why. It's definitely, in my experience, way better just to use a dairy farm, and probably just to use a regular beef farm as well, because you get dairy as a supplement. But we're going to use the dairy farm, not the advanced one. It just seems so much better. It's not even an efficiency thing. I think it just literally is better. So I don't know if it's broken or something's wrong, or if I'm doing something wrong, but I put a silo on it, I put tractors on it, I even hooked it up to electricity just to test, am I crazy? And it just wasn't really producing as much as one of the regular dairy farms. So that's a long-winded way of saying we're going with this. I just thought I should explain it, because inevitably people might wonder, why? Why not use the advanced one? So, I'm not sure how many we're going to need. If we have a look here... My plan basically is to get power onto this island and use one of these smaller power plants that are modded. So we have different power plants here. So a small oil power plant. Could use coal, seeing as we do make coal here. But let's just do the oil. We share a workforce now across the island, so 100 engineers is fine. So that allows us now that we hooked up that commuter pier, to building it somewhere like there, I guess. And that reaches our little factory. I might move the factories out of here depending on how busy this place gets. These are supposed to be pescatarians, don't really want factories crowding them, and I'm kind of in some ways happy that we're not using the industrial farm, because if you want to keep the look and feel and the authenticity of the pescatarians, I just feel like they wouldn't have this mass industrialized sort of cattle farm where they're all packed in. But I don't know, I'm getting a bit silly with that kind of stuff. But anyways, right, so farm modules, let's go. So when you hook up a tractor to this, it's actually going to require 6. Now, can't go out that far. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't even do that. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Try to find a layout that we can snap multiple in together. Now the good thing would be tractor barn can slot right in there, so that's nice. And then maybe the silo actually fits pretty much right in there. And then how many have we got so far? 4. So we need 5 and then another one. That's the real issue. The 6th one is the one that's a little much. But, yep, could just do something like that, I guess. So that'd be 1. I'm just going to figure... So bear with me while I figure this out. Hope people don't mind. But, obviously you can't put it anywhere down here. You could go on this side. I'm just trying to think how the other version of this building is going to snap. Like if we have a second one. To illustrate my example. Something like that, right? So we, like, kind of make them work together in the same space. Almost. So there'd be some dead space in between with this version. But at least... I don't know. It's fairly compact, but yeah, there's a little bit of dead space. There's probably a better way to do it, but we'll stick with it for now. Alright, so... And obviously we could just put some ornaments in there to really make it look nice as well, so I don't really mind too much. Is that okay then? One in there. That's quite loud. And then we'll just wrap it around with a road, and we'll bring the road in here. And there. And that should be it. And we might need multiple of these, I'm not really too sure. Now I just realized, obviously we can't get to the oil. We'll just move this over here then. And then connect it up. So what we're going to need for that is more steel. I don't really have that much. And looks like I'm out of... Is it bricks or wood? Wood. Timber. Alright, so that's why I went up here. We'll grab all this just for now. Like I said, we are producing some, but it's going to take a while to trickle on in. And we do have some extra bricks here. We could drop some off. We have that oil tanker now. We'll sell that.
Check horizon for collisions.
And I'll just pick up some steel from Nova Roma and just bring it over kind of more manually.
Halyard, sheets and braces.
Oh, we've actually got reinforced concrete here, which is pretty good. Ooh, Alonso has a quest.
Some find it.
If I give my men bicycles, can they escape starving tigers? It's a test, you see. Man versus nature. 34,000 for a delivery quest.
March.
Delivered 23 penny farthings. I should have probably checked. He did say bicycles, but let's see. 23 bicycles. Come on, past Darren. Yes, 229. Awesome. Good job. Alright, so 23. Am I blind? Yep, definitely. Went by it twice. Alright, cool. Alright, bring that over there. It'll tell me when it's done, I'm sure. We have another quest there, we'll leave it. Just so I always want to take the opportunity to improve relations where I can. Now, we want to upgrade these guys, but I'll do it in a moment. Kind of letting construction material just build up for a bit. You're lacking access to a warehouse. That's alright, we can put one near the power plant. That should be okay. And what's the... Oh my god, this place is so busy. You're not doing anything, are you? Who are you? Just a random clipper. Alright, might buy some stuff up here again. Need to get better at buying items now as well. This can be all dropped off. So that's some of the timber in there now, up to 200. Good. So that was for this that we were lacking. Now, we're not making meat here. This is just a dairy farm, of course. So let's just check how it's doing already. So it's an intermediate... Oh, no, it's not. Agricultural product. So that's 14 per minute. We're requiring 6. Now, if we turn on all the islands and have a look at what our cheese demand is, it's 12. So we need at least 2 of those buildings. Or maybe we'll get away with just hitting it with the electricity. If not, we could just still add a second one and maybe underclock it.
It's always better not to come to me empty-handed.
There you go. Alright, let's make these guys pescatarians. Boom. That'll give us more workers.
Asked you how it felt to be bored.
I thought you said bald.
New orders.
Alright. Steel. Where's that? I should have set alarms on these things because I can't really remember. There we go. Alright, there's the steel beams. So we can build this. And we'll just hook it up with the rail line. We could always move it if we really need to. Oh, it only has one entrance around the back. It doesn't go all the way through. That's interesting. Different. Cool. Alright, we're hooked up. So the reach of this thing, whoops, isn't going to be very far. It's actually not too bad, but really we just want to hit that one building. And of course, it's here for future-proofing, adding other factories similar to this one. That should get us started. Let's see, beautification. Can we throw in some, maybe bright harvest stuff that might look nice? Always like just throwing in a few hay bales, maybe in the middle.
A free people with freedom to create beyond imagination built, well.
Cool. And actually maybe a silo. There we go, industrial ornaments, and we have silos, and I think I can change it. Ooh, that looks kind of cool, even just like that. Not saying it's, you know, accurate to what it should be, but yeah, we can add grass on the bottom to make it look a bit better. And there we go, boom. Cool. All right, we'll leave the other bits, maybe in the time lapse we can, excuse me, clean up things. Same with over here, really, and we've got room for items and stuff in the trade union. So I suppose, looking at this, what I could do is even just grab the whole thing, rotate it around, something like that, and maybe that trade union would hit both then. Let's see what that looks like, and we'll just bring this around instead. So yeah, it would. It doesn't hit the silos though. Although I suppose we could always just move it and see. Anyway, I don't have any items for it. It's just the, you know, for the potential optimization there that we might be able to do. Speaking of optimization, let's head to... What am I waiting on? So I'm waiting on the oil to go in there. Then we'll get to see the true number of this when it gets electrified. It might just be a bit short, I think. So we might need a second one. Or we could just maybe buff the existing one a little bit. Although we're already kind of pushing them. And then we just need to see what else we kind of need. So the oil has just gone in there. Once it gets dumped in, this will be powered. Just like that. They're now making milk. They love it. Ah, I just realized something. Do we make dung on these? I don't think we do. That might be the drawback here. Yeah, I think that's the drawback. I didn't really test that out. That's a shame. So we kind of need dung on this island. You do actually get it with the industrial version. Alright, so I would have just taken a minute cut there just to understand something that was going on with these farms. Again, just I'm in my own head with them now because of the industrial version, at least to me, not quite working right. But good news is they are actually producing dung, so that's great. It's probably not as much as we would have been getting, but either way, it's okay. We're getting 1 per minute. We're trying to consume 3, so obviously we just need more animal farms on this place. And we have 1,300 farmer workforce right now, so yeah, if we want to try and utilize them and get as many animal farms as we can, just to even get the dung product shipped around. Because if you remember, we have this island over here, Narbo Martius. It actually relies pretty heavily on getting dung shipped in so that we can make potatoes and stuff. I should really expand the storage here, actually thinking about it. Can we do that? Even if I could just do it kind of quickly here. Let them store up a bit more. Alright, anyways, just in looking at that, I was like, oh great, they're producing dung. I got a little confused though. When I paused the building, I was like, okay, we've got to pause. We're making 9 out of 12 milk, and I was just a little confused about it. I wasn't really sure why. I was like, oh, 9 out of 12? Why not, like, why is it not 9 out of 9 or 12 out of 12? And I guess it's because the main building is treated differently than how the supplemental buildings are. So if you turn on the other one, it goes up to, well, sorry, if you turn it off, it goes to 0 out of 6. And I was like, where's this number coming from? We don't have any other buildings that are off or anything. Anyway, I was just getting a bit confused by it, but turning them both on does give us the number 18, which is pretty good. I think we will probably need a little bit more. Sorry to keep going in and out of the screen, but if you have a look at cheese and select all our islands, now we can see our consumption is 12 under 13, so we're just slightly short. So it's a bit of a shame, but I think it's better just to overproduce and know that we'll have it for the future. So we'll build another one of these. It's another 200 workers. So we're going to go back to Nova Roma really quickly, and we're going to upgrade some of our farmers. That should be plenty of workers now for us. And they're just short on sausages, which means cheese, so in our world. So yeah, basically that should help. So maybe we'll just try to also double this up. Oh my god, it fits perfect. Let's do that. And maybe just along here. Now, short on, steal again. But that should be enough milk now for the demands of 2 cheese. Yeah, so we're producing 28. We're consuming 24 once the other factory is up and running properly, which it is now. So that should be a lot of cheese. Hopefully it'll sustain us as we grow, but we can always sell a little bit off the top if we want. So good, happy about that. Next up, kind of want to remove some of the workers here. It's a little risky, but I want to turn them into pescatarians where we can. Just get rid of some of those guys. And then also, with the guys that are already maxed out like them, upgrade them to be now the tier 2 pescatarians or whatever.
Exist mainly in the imagination.
And that'll of course give us more workers as well, so unifying our populations there a little bit. So pretty happy about that. Now, I can't really remember what I used to have here beyond just beef. I'm sure there was other things, and I feel like hemp and other things are stuff that would be good to have on this island. We used to have hemp out here. I don't see it anymore. I can't really remember. It's been a while. So I feel like I have to just go through these screens again and just find out where we're short for things. So Nobra Martius is making hemp. Okay, but not enough. Still short 4 tons per minute. Yeah, we put so much work into this place, but now it could all be vastly increased with oil and things like that. But maybe we'll just have to leave it for a little while. Just hit ourselves with what we are immediately lacking.
I'd almost believe you weren't a royalist.
Nice, we sunk one of his ships. Apparently we're at war. I didn't even notice, but we're at peace again. All good.
I don't want to hurt you. I want to thank you.
All right, let's sell this ship to Archibald. Should be 150.
Don't tell me I've missed
A work shortage in the New World. I'll have to check that out. Alright, I'm sending a ship up to Archibald to see if we can buy anything. Drop them up here. Send another ship over to Eli to see if we can buy anything. And we're still selling soap to him all the time. Alright, let's just take stock of our little town here. Man, it's really the game, but I haven't looked at it in a while, and I'm like, wow, this looks pretty good. So what are we lacking? Fur coats and sandwiches. Yeah, so sandwiches is going to rely on a couple of things, including sausages. We're out of wood again, as expected. So, the way I can improve wood is lowering down the sawmill quite considerably. We're producing a little bit now anyway, so that's good. And we're making some over on this island too, so hopefully it'll work itself out soon. Just realized. Need that back in there. And maybe in the factory area we could use some of those bricks. I love the look of the cheese building. It gives me satisfactory vibes seeing the conveyor belts.
You'll make a killing on this, I promise.
A smuggling quest. 8 reputation. It's kind of a lot. We're already at 100 with it, so I'm gonna say no. Sorry, Beryl. Alright, let's see how we're doing. Are we almost there? No, not really. So once we get there, I just want to see if there's any items that we can go purchase. No point looking now, because we might miss them, and I'll get sad. Alright, let me try to focus up again. So, pescatarians. They're lacking sardines, and we know that we need also sandwiches. Alright, well let's just do one thing at a time. Let's just tackle sardines. Just want to make sure, I can't remember, are we using alternate needs for that? No. Looks like they can't use alternate needs, which is probably why I used alternate needs for canned food. I'm assuming. Damn, wrong button again, sorry. Let's just check here.
So many like-minded souls.
Yeah, so they're consuming sardines. And what about the engineers? They're also going for sardines. And I don't know if the terraced workers require anything like that. No, but they're having cheese. Good for them. Alright, cool. Ooh, they actually need beef as a supplemental thing. Alright, yeah, tell you what. I kind of have another reason to make beef then. So we'll say, yeah, you can have your beef. There's 900 on the island apparently already. So it's 2 extra workers and 7 coins per household. I don't think we're sustaining that right now, but at least we can eat into it for the moment. I've also got a lot of vegetables. It'd be tempting to use that. Oh, that's an alternate. Sorry, this is just a supplemental, not an alternate. They could also consume some penny farthings and get more workers and coins too. In the delight category. Well, we're okay for workforce right now, so I'll leave it. I loved it. It's so complicated, like, especially coming back to the game, I'm like, god damn, there are so many things to consider. I just don't know what direction to really focus and go in. But it's just fun, because it's like, oh, there's so many, it feels like there's so many routes to do different things with the mods, because you could normally just feel kind of boxed in. It's like, oh, I have to do this next and then this, but it's like, oh, I could do this, or I could do this, I could turn this on. You know, you can kind of decide your own fate in many ways. I'm just looking at things that are short. There's so many things that are short everywhere. Bread and soap, though, are through the roof, which is great. And there's our sardines. That's what I was looking for, the fish cannery. So we got 3 of them. Now, let's turn on all islands, go all consumption, and then we can see we're at 6/5. So that's good. We apparently make enough. I guess we should track the bottom of the chain, though, right? Do we make enough iron first? Yes. Do we make enough olive oil? Yes. And the final one was fish. No. But we do bring that in docklands. I corrected those numbers earlier on today, so that should be okay. And there's even room for more. Just to be safe, as we've scaled up just ever so slightly, I will increase this to 18. We can afford even more than that. I think we can afford up to 25, but just want to see what happens there. Alright, so that's great news to have this kind of done for me. So now we just look into the trade routes, right? So sardines. Apparently we don't trade it at all, which is weird. So I'm guessing, if I remember correctly, we used to make it over here, but then I must have stopped that. Okay. So, oh, and speaking of trade routes, let's make a new ship. Also, oh my god, did I sell the oil tanker that was like the good one? Because I remember I was making one. Oh no, we still have it. Nice. I have to check if I can keep up with that oil, actually. Alright, so new trade route. We're going to use, make sardines. I'll probably have to democratize these routes soon, but yeah, just deliver sardines to multiple islands, I guess. Anywhere there's pescatarians. So pick it up at Nova Roma, drop it to Brundisium. There we go. I was wondering why it opened that way. And yeah, get the Nantucket to do it. I'll get the Flying Dodo, we'll sell them soon. But just one slot should be enough, it's quite close route. So we'll call this one, well, it doesn't really matter. We'll just keep it in the old world and I'll rename these in future. Alright, so I'm going to try and put other things onto that route once it's up and running a little bit. Now we're losing money. But yeah, sardines. Okay, cool. That's great. Now, workforce again is still pretty good. Just going to get rid of some of the workers. And get rid of these ones. Cool. Alright, we don't really need any of that stuff anymore. Police station, I guess, just to be safe, we'll pop it somewhere over here. And then, yeah, I think this place is due a little bit of a revamp. Because it's looking a bit messy. Let's leave it like that for now.
Snag the market then, eh?
Nice, we've leveled up docklands. Even with our improved loading speed, there's still so many people here. Our coastlines feel really limited on this particular island, but I feel like we could maybe move the guns back or something and put more loading bays in. I'll have to again look at that between episodes and just sort it out, otherwise I'll just be staring at it for too long. Cool, we've leveled up salt yet again. So salt needs to be at 275, and now we should be bringing in even more wood. I like he's just chatting to himself, basically. I have no idea what he's saying. Why is this red? Why would that be red? Oh, we only traded 19 last time. It should work next time. 50. Just type it in again. 51. 50. Yeah, I don't really see why that would be the case. Like, why would they fail to do that? Unless this is full. Oh, if that's the case, that's a great problem then. Oh yeah, that's okay then. That's fine. Alright, so that's sardines done. We might want to set a little reserve just for when we're taking away sardines. So we'll say no more than... always leave 200 here. It's kind of a lot, actually, but this is the place that makes them. So fish, olive oil, and iron. Yeah, they're doing fine, and we are producing more than we need, so it shouldn't take too long to fill up. 6 over 5, 6 tons per minute, consumption of 5 in the entire old world. Okay. Alright, good. So that's hopefully done, right? Set. What's next? So that'll be sardines. I'd like to just check on a few of these things really quickly. So, cheese, we know that we've nailed it, frankly. Oh yeah, we need to then ship it. So cheese. Brundisium to Narbo Martius Exchange 1. This kind of stuff doesn't seem ideal. Alright, we'll delete this route.
The truest work of art is but a shadow of its friend in nature.
Brundisium and Nova Roma. Yeah, these routes are all over the place, man. I mean, I'm sure it's partly just me not remembering what they're supposed to be doing, but we can just figure this out fresh with some of these proper ships. Let's just see really quickly if we can buy anything that's worthwhile. Yep, I love having that. So that's going to be movement speed 10%, cargo slowdown reduced. It's always like having that. Peace mode and airships equipped in trade union. Tailor shop, ball manufactory, costume, productivity 40%, workforce reduction. 200. Yep, sure, let's get it. It's a good one. Trade prices are reduced. I suppose if we activate that, things will be cheaper for me with the next few things we buy.
Has ended.
But I'll wait. Items restock in 5 minutes. I still can't quite remember this. Someone told me in the comments, it's like, it's not the same as the reroll. It's a different thing. But yeah, let's activate that price thing. It lasts 3 hours. Okay, so I just have to remember to try and do as much purchasing as I can. I'm gonna buy another one of these. It's only 68,000 now. It was 80, so that's nice.
The epidemic left buildings abandoned.
Income and chance of illness. Affects school and music school. The range is increased. Not great. Self-repair. Active healing. That's kind of good if it's not limited use, right? I can't remember if it is or not. If it's limited use, that's not very good at all, I feel like. Duration, 30 seconds, cooldown. Okay, the fact that it has a cooldown, it must be okay. Let's get it. All residents have an increase of 8 happiness at the expense of 10% income. No. I'll do one more reroll. So all production buildings and gas works. No. Reduced maintenance but increased chance of explosion or whatever. It's like, no, I'm good. Repair radius is increased. Nah, not really. Alright, we'll leave that. We'll head over to our other trader and see if we can purchase things over there. Cool. Alright, there we go. Sardines are in. We're looking pretty good. So we know that we've got cheese. Let's check now seafood stew and hook up the next trade route. So at the moment, I just made a trade route, right, where we go from Nova Roma to Brundisium. So if I could combine more things onto that, that'd be good now. Because now we've got the mod where we've increased space on these, and we've also got cargo ships. So it's kind of time that we have a look at some of these routes. So we're just doing sardines. Oh, actually, we're going to all three. So any other place where we go to all three, like Dung, that'd be good, right? So Nova Roma, we're picking up Dung. We're dropping it in Brundisium. Man, I need to do this in between episodes because I would be here forever. So I'll just make a note of it. I'll have to just, yeah, write it all down, and then I'll just do it in the next episode. So otherwise, I feel like I'll be here forever. All right, let's see what else I can do there while the clock, what's the word? Well, we still have time. That's the word. Oh yeah, the needs. Soap. Okay, well that's an easy enough one. Yeah, let's get soap to come from Nova Roma then. So we'll add that onto the sardine route. So soap. Alright, cool. It'll take a while to fill all up, but that should be okay. Now, at the moment, we're selling soap to Eli. I guess it'll just work itself out anyway, because we are producing more than we need by a lot. It's just that if we keep selling it, I suppose it's never going to keep filling. It's almost like I want to be able to tell the ship to only take it if it's full. We've got pretty good money now, so I suppose I could just stop selling to Eli for a while. We've actually got 2 ships doing it. Wow. Yeah, so I'm just going to pause those. Again, I'll fix that in between episodes. We'll talk about it in the next episode. I'll write it all down. We'll just do it really quickly at the beginning. Alright, so that's soap. That'll be the next thing that they need. After that, they need ropes. So that requires hemp. And then they need a university. Okay, we could get a university right now. We could use the downtown university, maybe. Might look kind of cool. For the pescatarians, rather than the big building. Yeah, sure, why not? So that's going to require some reinforced concrete and some more steel. Also, we're here now. Construction cost is reduced for making ships. Workforce 15% bonus supply. Residents with a university need are provided with a variety theater. Sure. Artisanal kitchen. Productivity 30%. New input. Pigs. It replaces beef. Sure, I don't really know if I'll need that, but I'll just get her just in case. That's a decent one. We've got the exporter of goods. Trade prices and loading speed. Oh yeah, love her. Alright, we'll come back.
On our way.
It's shallow, but some luxury wouldn't hurt.
I know. I'll give you some luxury.
No.
Alright, we'll turn around and just pick up some of that construction material. We've got 124 and 220. Alright. Let's bring it over, and while we're waiting, we'll just have a look at where this could go. Again, we could upgrade them all to be tier 2. I just thought it'd be nice to have some that aren't. Especially if the workforce is good. So for now, we'll leave it as is. But yeah, we'll have to move some further out. I wonder would it make sense. I guess it would make sense to have the upgraded ones near to the center. Now, I think there's other skins for this. Because it might look a little odd on its own. Although we could clear some space. Like, I'll probably redo this as well, make it look a bit better. But add some trees and a little park or something around the building itself. Not to be huge, but that would defeat the whole purpose of using it. But just to fit in with the area a little nicer. Alright. Let's try this then. Heavy on the maintenance, right? 800 for that? Oh, there's no other skin for it. Oh well, it still looks pretty good. Kind of fits the, is it the music school? Yeah. It actually fits it really nicely. They would work really well back to back. Thinking about it. Anyway, that need should make them quite happy. 1 happiness for each household and 6 coins per household. How many pescatarians do we have here? It doesn't actually tell me the 2 different groups, I don't think, does it? Just says 92. Hmm. 92. Well, I'm sure it's good. It looks like we probably have at least 2/3 of them, maybe. So maybe about 60 times 6 is the amount of money we just made. I'm sure you could probably just compare it anyway. Now that other ship has arrived, dropping some of our items off, so we don't need that in here anymore. The trade price is one that would be good to have active actually all the time. And loading speed. So I'll turn off or get rid of that for a moment. Let's put her in there. So we're now getting a negative 20% to trade prices, and loading speed will be increased, but that doesn't really matter right now until we start. That'll be brilliant when we put it onto an actual trade route, but right now we don't really need that. So the tailor shop, ball manufactory, costume shop, and suit factory. So we've got a lot of suit factories. So reducing the workforce by 35% should be substantial. What else do we have? Well, I guess we'll just dump these in. I'll send this guy back up to Eli. So let's have a look. So this is where the suit factories are. Now, I don't really recall how I did trade unions over here. Oh, we don't even have any. Okay. Let's try one right there then. So normally, maintenance is 340, 125 artisans, and they're low on wool. Okay. Well, let me just turn that off real quickly, actually. I just want to check the productivity of suits. So we're consuming 9 per minute. Consuming 10 per minute if we look everywhere. Well, we're producing 8 once they're all running. So this is actually a fortuitous item because it'll put us over the edge for what we need. Oh, not quite actually. We're still a little short. Wow, I'm surprised. But yeah, 10, just under 10. Maybe we could give ourselves a 10% boost and then work out the numbers. Still just a little shy, so we'll go 15. Alright, 15%. Let's do that. So, we're lacking linen and wool. Now, wool. Where do we make that, and do we make it at all? Yes, we do. What about on any other place? Albion is using all of it right now, and Nova Roma requires a bit more. So we're using the advanced versions, right? I remember. Yeah, we could just build another one. I don't think it's a problem with that. Let's just move.
To attention for the boss.
So we've been making sales. I guess we don't really need to do that anymore. So we could disable that building. See what the wool situation is now. 12 to 17. Okay. Now these produce dung, do they? I think so.
Our love into this.
Yeah, and that's why we were shipping dung around. Okay, I'm starting to remember. And then you need that to operate. Cool. Alright. Let's industrialize the area a bit. Improve things. The factory must grow. Alright, that should be enough wool. Once they get, they have to wait till the silo gets fed, and then it activates. Takes a seriously long time, though, for reasons I don't know. Off you go. There we go. 5 and 5, that's why. Alright, so that starts 3 minutes until it's done, but now we're up to 24 wool. Just want to check things as well. We're not producing more than we should. Nope, that's all good. Right, I need to have a look through these numbers as well. They're kind of crazy. Now, I'm sure the other problem would be linen.
We've taken to wearing hard.
A crocus buds at its own pace.
But at least we'll be okay for a while. But yeah, we'll have to set up big hemp farms. So I'll have to get to that next as well. Hemp farms could be done anywhere, so it would be good to do it out here where we have the tractor barn, the fuel.
A peace deal.
I think that would make sense. Maybe we could even remove them off this island for a little while. Or we'll just keep them there. Obviously, it's not harming anything, but like try to move things over there until we get oil set up here too. I think that would probably make sense. Alright, yeah, so I think for the next episode what I'll do is a double whammy. We'll rejig this place to move things around and look a little bit better. But also then I'll look at all the trade routes and do a trade route overhaul. So that should make a nice clean start and just to understand what I'm lacking a bit more cleanly. Workforce is really good, money's fine, and we bought some items now, which is decent. We can keep making more cargo ships, because they're the ones that we're going to be... Got them lost. Here we are. They're the ones that are going to be rolling out with our new transport routes, and I think we also need to improve oil. So let me just look at the last thing. So yeah, ropes will be that one. Sewing machines are okay. I think we're actually pretty much fine. Good. Okay, so back to the engineers, which is this is all in service of. We'll definitely need another sandwich shop because we're going to be improving the amount of engineers we have considerably. So let's just have a look. Sandwiches, we're just short of what we need, 3 under 3. But we're lacking a lot of the artisans that we plan to have out there. So let's just upgrade some of these guys if we can. But you're lacking cheese. Come on, man. Where's that cheese at? Oh, I never actually set up that route. Damn. Maybe I could just drop some manual cheese over here.
Cargo stations.
There's a big case to be made for increasing storage now that we can ship way more. Right, I'm gonna bring this cheese over here manually, just to kind of allow us to upgrade those guys. We're gonna do a bunch of upgrading, get them all in position, then we'll call it a day for today. And while we're waiting, let's have a look to see, is there any more items worth taking a look at? Weisenbessen Homesteader. Scholar residences. Now I'll leave that for now. Brick factories. Reduced workforce. Ooh, you get steel beams. Yes. Affects concrete factory. A new input. Clay replaces cement. Damn, that's interesting. That seems pretty good. I don't think I'll really use him, but I'll get him anyway. Workforce is reduced completely for sand mines, saltpeter works, and clay. Again, I don't think I'll need it, but I'll just get him anyway. It seems good. Just in case the right situation arises. Where we happen to have a trade union. Like, if we build a trade union with all brick factories next to one of the clay deposits, I mean, you do get your workforce removed from there, but it's not that many people, so... we'll do just a little reroll here. 5,000, see what else we get. Marketplace increased. Potato farm and hops maintenance reduced. Productivity and workforce reduced for carpentry and window maker. Again, I'll get that just anyway to have. Fur dealer, tailor shop, maintenance. Productivity 20% on drilling rigs. All drilling rigs. Is there any other ones other than iron or oil? Every time passive trade happens, you get some weapons, sales, dynamite, etc. Sure, and then we just list them to be sold, and you make some passive income. All right, we leave it at that. I think we'll leave it at that. Bring this back, and then we'll go back up to Archibald. Cheese is here.
Ain't perfect, but what is?
Well, this is about to be perfect, and then we'll do a bunch of upgrading. I'm actually really low again, still on wood. So for those upgrades, we'll just have to pick up a little bit more. This nearly maxed out over here now, though. And by the time that happens, we should get our upgrade in place. Happiness, they're lacking beer. Yeah. Alright, well, you know, like I said, next episode, figure all this stuff out. I'll just get to it right after recording this one, basically, and start figuring out these trade routes. Come on, man. Oh, there we go. We're ready to upgrade. Construction material, give me the juice. And they got 400 bricks here. They've got lots of other construction material. I've just been really bad with timber. It's never normally an issue, I guess. And we have the advanced sawmill here. But I toned it down, didn't I? Because not really keeping up with the wood amount. So yeah, it's just in there. Oh, it can be electrified. Interesting. Again, just don't really have the wood. I've been pulling it in through docklands. I need another export office as well. Like, it's like, oh yeah, okay, I see. You know, we've got workforce. We could just spam a bunch of wood, but I know that I'm just going to have to remove it eventually. So part of me is just like, I don't really want to do it temporarily like that. I'd like to get something in place that brings it in consistently. So I'll just have to work out what that is. Something like sandwiches or these other rarer items. Like, we're making a lot of cheese now, so it's like, we could trade cheese for wood. Let's see how we get on. Alright, let's drop that in. Let's get these artisans in position. That's probably as many as we can do. So let's just throw these guys back in where they should be. 1, 2. And they get little bonuses from being out here too. And then we could turn them into engineers. And the cycle repeats. So the population's gone up by, not that much today, but about 1,000, so that's okay. Alright, it looks like that almost might be it. For what can fit here. And then I did reserve space for some extra ones here. Cool, there we go. Man, I'm so sick of that Docklands music. I need to get a mod that just mods out that one song. Because it always plays. It's just constantly on in the old world, or it feels like it is. It's a good song, but when you hear it, it feels like 9 out of 10 songs to play, it's that. It's like, man, give me a break. Alright, looking good though. Happy with this area, super happy. It's like the only done area really in the game right now. And this is progressing, and it looks really nice with all the different colored roofs and stuff. And I have our big long train heading into the train station over here now. Feeding directly into the oil, and that's like a nice little extension. Looks good. Quite happy with it. Now, of course, our awesome-looking town hall here. It almost looks like that university that we had a look at a moment ago. Oh yeah, we can now get a workforce 15% of engineers and a bonus supply. If they have university, they're provided with a variety theater. Not that they need that too much. Income is reduced. Workforce 25%, happiness 2, income reduced. We could throw her in. Gives us a little bit more artisans. I'd probably do it with workers where we can instead. Yeah, down here. They don't need a variety theater, do they? No. Nor do they need a university, so it's a bit of a waste. Whereas the pescatarians do. She might be good on the pescatarian side of things, actually. Alright, anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. So just getting back into the swing of things. Next one, hopefully, will be all trade routes at the beginning. Just nail them. I'll have all the numbers done already, so my head will be pulled out of the production screen a little bit more. And then I'll just write down what different buildings and stuff we're going to need, so just to get the focus kind of back onto building. Alright, that's going to have to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Apologies for the delay in episodes, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.